Hey guys, sorry for the cold opener here, but I just wanted to address one quick thing before we jump into today's show. A lot of you are asking, are we done with the Spirit Realm series? We kind of left you hanging, and what's the future of that going to look like? The answer is no, we're not done. We are going to pick right back up next week where we left off, so you won't miss a thing. If you've been enjoying that series, which it seems like a lot of you guys have been, you'll get much more of it in the weeks to come. So we want to do a special episode with Josh and Savannah because, as many of you know, they moved back to the Portland area, and while we're excited for them to be starting this new chapter of their lives, we're going to miss them, because they're dear friends of ours. So we wish them all the best, and that God would be providing for them and showing up in some big ways. But we wanted to do this show specifically with them before they left, just to honor them and fellowship and share what the Lord's doing in our lives. So hope you enjoy, and on with the show. Hey guys, welcome back to As For Me in My House. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Elena.
And we're not in our normal setup because we are with some very special friends of ours, Josh and Savannah Alexander.
Hello.
Welcome. Thanks for having us.
Hello, guys.
We've had you guys on the podcast before, but separately.
Individually, yeah, I remember that.
Because I had you on, and we did a girl talk, and then you and Jordan had a guy talk.
We had to do ours twice because the first one, did we even share that? The first one just like
I don't know if we ended up
corrupted
saying that
file or something.
Yeah, too fuming.
It was so frustrating.
You had just had a baby. Evangeline
Yeah.
was literally 2 days old.
100%. And he's over here at our house because we had to refilm it.
And we don't live close.
No, at all.
Elena hasn't let me live it down.
I just remember I was struggling so hard to walk down the stairs.
Like you're going to do what?
I had 3 kids. Like it was so
going
fresh.
Back to work in 2 days?
Yeah.
Wild.
So fresh.
Anyways.
1950. At any rate, we just did an episode with Josh and Savannah on their podcast For Us. So go check that out. We had a great time. And now they were kind enough to be like, hey, let's do another episode with y'all.
Let's do it.
Jordan loves to
as I
adjust
break
his
your
mic.
microphone.
No, it's great.
We have the
The
same
funny thing is
microphone.
that microphone is low-key a little more jank than this one. Not jank, but just what you're touching
is
is the jankest part. But you might get it back, though.
It could be just like a twitch that I touch
Yeah.
microphones.
Oh, it's
But-
loose, you said?
It's not loose.
No,
it's just like, no, it
just-
tightens back.
I feel like he just does that.
Yeah, like
he'll
a
just,
fidget.
Yeah, he'll
Yes.
just like automatically
comfort.
start like adjusting
Can you
the
get me a
mic.
fidget spinner?
Yes, I should. Or those little squeezy ball things.
Oh, yeah, those are
I
nice.
don't think I'm putting it on the right way.
I just love that both of our kids, minus one, are just with
I know, it's like
Melena and
who's
Jordan. They're the godparents, so that's
I
what it
just-
is.
We
Yes.
love all the baby snuggles.
Yeah.
She's grown so much.
I know,
The
she's
last we saw
chunky.
you guys like 3 weeks ago, and she's already quadrupled
It's
in
the chunk.
size.
You got it?
I think so. Thanks
Okay.
for buying me
All
some
right,
time.
thanks.
No, I got you, man.
But yeah, go check out their episode we did with them, and
Talked a lot.
they're
We did.
all the episodes. Like get caught up because I'll go binge their episodes, and it's just great stuff. Especially when they move, we're gonna miss them.
Yeah, we are.
I'm gonna
We're gonna miss you
go back
guys.
and listen to For Us, and
Stop. Whenever you miss us, just go watch
Yeah.
our videos.
Yeah.
like I can't just call you.
Literally, and just get an update. Like,
Josh, I want to hear your voice. Send me a voice memo. But yeah, so we just want to ask some questions of you guys, and our audience, I feel like, knows you pretty well. But
okay.
we just wanted to.
Is it going to be about the spirit realm? I know you guys are in that right now.
Yeah, we want to know where you guys are at with UFOs. Like Savannah, you are like a subject matter expert here.
Yep.
So
How many of them have you
Go
seen?
for
How
it,
many
babe.
aliens have you
I've seen like at least 20 aliens.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw 13 yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so.
Wait, not me thinking you guys are serious.
Why did we just go full like actor mode so quick? That was crazy.
No, yeah. I've never seen an alien.
Yeah, I don't think you
I've
will.
seen a UFO for sure.
here we go.
Okay,
That was good.
Alien talk with the Alexanders.
It's
That's
like
the
we
name
were
of
going to
this
talk about it, but
episode.
now.
Well, no.
No.
We'll move on.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
So I wanted to ask because y'all have been married for 4 years now,
Coming up on 4 in a couple months.
In October, yeah.
Yeah.
and you have 2 little kids, 2 under 2,
Yeah.
and we have we're just barely a step ahead of you guys. I feel like in our not ahead above, but ahead
Timeline.
we don't
Timeline,
it wasn't that
yeah.
long ago
Yeah,
that
it
we were
feels so fresh.
Yeah.
we were holding Evangeline or Ari,
Yeah.
having
Doing a podcast or just doing what you guys are.
Yeah.
We've lived it.
Yeah, so we just want to hear like what's going on in y'all's life
Yeah.
as far as your marriage, your parenting, your relationship there, and starting with a question of what has been like a positive change in your marriage, like what's been happening for the better
Yeah.
in this current season of your guys' life.
Go.
Having 2 kids.
Yeah.
Well, I like that question, first of all, because I feel like the first thing people want to ask is like, what's been the hardest part? Like, what's
Right.
they always want like the negative side. And of course, like it comes with challenges. Like, as you guys know, 2 under 2 is just like not for the weak. Or even just like, it doesn't even have to be 2 under 2, just children
Having
in general.
kids,
Yeah,
bruh.
2, 1, like whatever it is, like
Yeah.
children, it definitely adds like a different element. But something positive, I feel like when we had Rye, I feel like it brought us closer, but like even now, especially like with having 2, we got the advice that like we would have to kind of like divide and conquer. And at first I was like, I don't really like that advice because like I want us to be one and be a team.
Yeah.
But there are certain times where like that's just the reality and we do have to like one has one has the other.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I think even in that, we've
together,
still like
yeah.
found just like unity and we feel a lot closer as much as we're like juggling so much right now.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I agree. I definitely feel like right now you see your partner in so many different seasons, and like this is just another season, another chapter that we have, embarked on. And for me, and I know it's for you too, but I just found another way to love her just
Yes.
differently and just
Yeah.
more. Like it's just like, okay, you're a mom to 2 now. We're doing this together now. We've been through so much. We started off with a dog. We started off, dating and being lukewarm, talking about like our story. Like and now look at us and like look where God has brought us, and it just makes me just love her so much more. And just I'm so like right now I'm in the thick of it. I'm in the thick of like being so attracted to her right now, and she would tell you this. Like it's probably gets out of hand a little bit too much, where I'm just like, babe, like I don't want another kid, but I would love to practice. Like, can we like you look so
love
good
that.
about
Here
like
for the practice.
and
That
it's
is so beautiful,
Practice
and I
makes
feel like
perfect.
I've loved that about you guys too. You guys are like you guys are great parents, and you guys are like so in love and so in tune with each other too.
Yeah.
I
Even
don't
with
know,
our kids, like they love both of you guys. Like they love,
yeah.
They're the best.
and it's fun watching them interact with our kids because it's like they're not going to say no to it.
I know.
It's
Not
the best
one
way.
bit.
It's different when it's like your grandparents saying no.
Right. Yes.
Like
No, I won't say no.
like in
I'll
the
do
bad
whatever
way.
they want me to do.
I know. I
Right.
remember.
But it's like-
I feel like you were
it's
over a couple days
it's
ago.
like
You were like, "Can I
encouraging.
do this?" I was like, "Yeah." You're like,
Yeah, okay.
It's encouraging for
Whatever
me,
she
'cause I'm like,
says.
why would I say no to my kids?
Oh my
about
gosh,
something
that's us
stupid,
all the time
you
with
know?
Rye. Like if
And
her
it's like,
sister's
wait,
over or
they
something.
They're actually like having fun with her.
Yeah.
Kids. Like I want to have fun with her. Kids, you
I know. Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, no. We hope it doesn't come across as like, I mean, we don't care, but like cringy sometimes. Like just like being affectionate towards your spouse and stuff like that.
Oh, no.
I don't know if that's a Gen
need
Z
more of
thing.
it. We need
I
more
don't.
of it.
Yeah,
That's
you know
so
what I'm
dumb.
saying? It's like
PDA.
I know what you're saying.
that's
or
your
Or
wife,
like when you're
bruh.
like attracted to your wife, people are like,
You're
Or it's the
attracted to your
Or
wife?
it's like
should be.
I saw a meme one time where it was like the token youth pastor that's always talking about is smoking. hot
Yes,
wife.
that. Okay.
No,
now
you're-
sometimes that
you're
could be a
good.
little
You're not
cringy,
that.
but it's like I don't want to
"No, that
be.
is not what
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
But
He has
yeah,
to
no.
insert like every sermon is like, oh, my smoking hot wife. She's
On the
actually
front,
right over there."
row. Say hi, honey.
Stand up.
That is not a shot at any of our youth pastor friends. We're just
They
saying
just so do that.
it's a
so
thing.
cute.
It's a thing.
But no, you guys are good.
Yeah.
it's refreshing.
But I like postpartum, as challenging as it is, I feel like it gives you guys a chance to like fall in love with each other in a different way because you're experiencing your wife being a mom
It's
of 2 for the
different,
first
yeah.
time. You like appreciate so much more. I feel like, right? I feel like with Evangeline for us, it was like that too. It had like the butterflies. I had the goo goo eyes for Jordan all the time.
no, I felt the same way. There's something attractive about your wife being a mother.
What is it?
It's. I think it brings
I
a
feel like
more.
it's the Lord.
Yeah.
It's definitely a God. Emotion.
I know, because,
It's
don't
like
know.
it brings another level of completeness to your relationship.
Great,
Where
yeah.
it's like, okay, there's a verse, I think it's in Proverbs, where it talks about like the rejoicing in the wife of your youth.
Yeah.
And there's something about like, okay, Savannah's always your standard of beauty. Malia's
Yeah.
always my standard of beauty. And like the physical attraction's always there. But something about when you connect as a, like, not only are they the spouse or the mother of my child,
Yeah.
kind of idea where, okay, now I get to see them like their love on display for someone that we created together.
Right,
Like
right.
it's a union love that's separate from me, but it's also a part of
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, it's good.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's even crazy. Like can we talk about like even during those first few months, like postpartum or whatever, where it's tough on the marriage, but for some reason I'm still so attracted to my wife in those times. And let's talk about, even though she doesn't want to be touched because she's touched by the baby all the time and like, you know what I'm saying? And but I'm still like, dang girl, like this is.
Remember when I told you that I was touched out and you were like, touched out? What does that mean? Like,
I literally didn't know what it meant.
touch you out? I'm like, whoa, what?
You want me to like submit you? Like,
Yeah, I'm like, okay, sure. What do you mean touched out?
But
Yeah.
have you ever felt touched out?
Like,
If you're thinking about it, the answer is no.
yeah.
Nah, I don't think so.
No,
No.
not by her. By
like,
By the girl, by the girls, no. I wouldn't say touched
Rye
out.
is very more
Right now,
clingy.
that's funny you say that. Literally these past like few days, even today, I was trying to get stuff set up and she would not let me put it down. And
I guess it's different if you're in the mode of like, I got to do something for work.
yeah,
And it's like,
yeah,
okay, I want to be with you, but I need to get this done so that I can be with you later. It's
exactly.
like, hey, hang on a second.
Right. Yeah. So no, I don't think I've ever been touched out, but maybe thought about it. Like, you know, nothing to where what you guys have
Thinking
dealing
about
with.
being
Like,
touched-
Just think about it.
just think about it. I'm not gonna do it. Nothing to the extreme, like you guys breastfeeding and the baby always wanting you, and you guys are the comfort and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So, yeah.
Speaking of 2 under 2, like
Yeah.
what's been the most fun part of that as far as having 2 kids under 2?
I feel like for me, just seeing Rye with Starly, like, yes, we love, I'm sure you guys can like relate to this too. Like, we love Starly just as much, obviously.
That's our youngest, by the way, you guys. at home.
Yes. Yeah. So like Rye's older. And so like, we just like, her personality is blossoming, and like just seeing her become a little sister has been, I mean, a big sister has been the sweetest thing ever.
Yeah, no, definitely. I can co-sign with that. I think it's just, I find beauty in like some things that, you know, could be deemed as like hard or like a struggle, like getting out the house with 2 kids. And you guys doing it like pros with 3. So for us, it's when we get out, sometimes I will say sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to take the girls out. But when we are out and we're doing stuff, that's just so cool to me. It's so cool to just say, well, for one, I think it's a different flex when you can say you have kids, like the S at the end just feels so cool to me.
yeah.
Like, or I gotta say the
that's so
girls.
true.
I'm like, oh, the girl, I gotta go get the girls at the crib or whatever. Like for me, that's like a different flex. As a dad, it's just like, gotta get my kids, bro.
What do you do when you have like 15 kids? I gotta go get the village real quick.
The village.
The whole village. Yeah,
tribe's
load up
waiting.
the bus.
I got to get our football team really quick. But yeah, even like that and just being out with, you know, she's a super tiny, as you guys can see, but just being around her and Rye that's fun to me. It's and just seeing their personality and their relationship blossom. That's been the most fun part, I think, for me.
Is it like you see Rye as a little mom, like a mini Savannah?
Bro,
Even
yes,
now, at,
yes.
like, her age.
And looks just like her too.
No, she looks like you.
She
Rye's your twin.
okay.
But no, yeah, anyways, yeah, seeing Rye's like she has such like a mothering, and I guess I maybe was like that as a child too, but like obviously I don't remember. But to see that is just like, she literally like wants to be a mom, like she wants to hold her baby doll or actual baby, like
She does this like high pitched voice thing with Starly.
yeah,
She's
she'll be
the
like,
baby.
"Hi,
I'm like, right, where'd you get that from? I guess, do you do that? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I'm just like, sweetheart, what? Yeah,
They
it's
pick up on everything.
every little thing. That's another thing that's been fun for us. We have to, Rye at the repeating phase right now, and she's at the watching everything that her parents do or anything do. So for us, what's been the fun and like just thing to keep us on our toes is like, okay, babe, your tone, watch maybe certain words or whatever.
even the way we talk to like our dogs.
Yeah, oh my God.
It's simple. But I'm like, I don't want Rye to be like screaming at dogs.
Yeah, no.
I will tell Samson, you guys know how Samson
Yeah.
barks. I'm like, Samson, shut up. And then Ari, Samson, shut up. I'm like, oh.
Yes, that's literally
Just,
what Ryan's
yeah,
at.
like literally the same tone.
There's
Yeah.
no
The
filter
way,
with them.
like-
we can discern if like, okay, we're out in like a public restaurant. Like, they'll still talk like we're
Yeah.
at
Oh, yeah, no,
with
they
the
don't
TV
care.
on like at home.
Oh my
Oh, for
gosh.
sure, yeah.
Screaming across.
We
I'm
had
like,
such a humbling
okay,
moment.
We're ruining it for everyone else, guys. Like,
We got into an argument, and it was probably a bigger argument than we've ever had in front of the kids.
Okay.
And we made up really quick. Like we wanted.
What were we
them-
arguing about?
I couldn't even tell you.
I think it was dishes.
No, was it? It was something stupid.
remember.
It always,
Yeah, it's
Marriage.
always something
It
small.
was what it
always
is,
like
yeah.
the dumbest thing. And once we made
come
sure
to me.
to like make up really quick, but shortly after that, Jordan's parents came over and Alethea goes to his mom. She goes, Mama and Dada just had a really big fight. And started saying stuff that we were saying, and we're like,
Yep.
that like unleashed a whole
Wow.
Now I
new
understand why, like,
parenting
Yeah.
thing.
Argue behind closed doors.
Yeah, because they really be out here airing out your whole
Out here, and wow,
Yeah, I'm not ready for that.
I'm not at all actually.
We're not there yet.
Like,
We'll just-
what in the world?
That was a whole new for us.
Really?
We've definitely unleashed a bunch and unlocked like new parenting things the last like couple of months as they've
Yeah.
gotten a little bit older. But yeah, for sure, I was like, oh, you're like okay, now we really. I mean, we always try
That's
to,
wild.
but
Isn't that crazy with parenting? Something is unlocked every
Like every
you could
day.
say
So
every day, every other
fun.
week. Like it's so
Yes.
cool though. Like you thought you knew something,
Just
and
as soon
then
as you start feeling like, okay, I'm kind of getting a handle on this, like
nope.
Something new.
something else.
throw
comes
something
along.
new
It's
at
like,
you.
oh, now we have two.
Yeah.
And how was it like with Rye when she was Starly's age? Like, what did I do? What worked? What didn't?
Right,
Now
trying to
even
compare
have to
is
throw
tough.
everything else out and start from square one again.
Yeah,
Like,
Oh.
because then you could like fall in the trap of comparing your kids. You know. Like,
yeah.
so and so was a good sleeper, and now this one is, or they weren't as quiet as this. You know.
Yeah.
Just, or it's just
Yeah.
hard to. You don't want to do that. Like
you do that.
I do, and I have to like
Don't do
no.
that.
I
Wow.
literally did that. No, like I don't do it anymore. Like, but like the first
I was like
month,
joking. Yeah.
yeah. Well, actually, I wasn't joking. I was dead serious. I'm being honest. I'm just like, your sister didn't do this. Like, why are you?
wrong
But like. When they get older, we're gonna be talking about comparing them and not wanting, like, we can't compare our kids, like, and when they can comprehend that. But like, let's start now. Like, we need to, like you said, that is a trap in a sense, like comparing them, and then as they get older, I can start comparing them, like, oh, she did this, she did that, and they can feel insecure. Like, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole at all. So yeah, in the very beginning, I definitely,
observation. I think what you're doing is observations. Like you're observing.
yes,
This
Yeah.
is
They're
different than
different. They're
this, and like,
sleeping
so how do I
navigate
it?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not like you're saying why aren't like Starly,
what's-
why aren't you?
Why
doing
aren't
this?
you like
Yeah.
your sister?
Yeah, right.
No.
Change.
she got no idea.
They're just they're different, and that's been the fun part too. She's giving you smiles. That's like the fun part too. Watching them just be so different. No way. Smiles on the pod.
So sweet. You're giving all the smiles.
She's
She's
so
ticklish.
chill. I swear she never makes a peep.
Oh, watch. She
Like the
starts
last
like
couple
throwing
times,
a fit.
but remember last time you guys came over? Like the last several times.
Yeah,
We'd be like, oh, there's a baby.
there's a
here.
baby.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She like slept for like 3 hours in her car seat. Like
Yeah,
one
I
of the
remember
times
that.
we came over.
Yeah.
Didn't Ari or Alethea like hit her to like see it? Oh, it was Evangeline.
Oh yeah.
If she was like
She's-
for real, like
Evangeline's
you know, like
one.
kids will hit like babies.
Yeah, she's
like, is that a
is this
doll? Or is
yeah,
this
what's
real?
going on?
She didn't
What
even
is this?
flinch. She's like,
At all. She's
I
so
already got a
tough.
sister. I'm good.
Yeah, her
She's
sister's
sick.
been
She's
whopping up
sick.
upside the head, so it's nothing new. Nothing
Well,
new at all.
babies will poke other babies' eyes because that's how they sense if they're like a doll or not. Like that's like a
Oh.
thing. Yes, because the first thing Alethea did
And
when
they're not trying
she
to be
met
mean.
Ari
They're just like curious.
was she touched his eye because that's how they will.
Rye does that.
Rye does
so
that
that's
all the
eyes,
time.
because they
Eyes?
don't know, like dolls'
Yeah.
eyes like don't move, so that's why they do that. Yeah, because after a couple
Makes
months
sense.
of having the two, I saw that and I was like, oh, that's why she's always poking her in the eye.
She's trying to see.
I never knew that, and that makes so much sense right now.
Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy?
Hey guys, speaking of all this talk about our families and our children, I want to thank Trust and Will for sponsoring this episode because Milena and I, as we started to have more kids and acquire more assets, started to realize, wait a second, we've been in charge of a lot of things here to steward and to manage. And God forbid, worst case scenario, we die unexpectedly. We don't want our children or our family to have to worry about sorting out a mess that could have been handled and managed properly from the beginning. So Trust and Will makes it super simple and straightforward to create and manage your will or trust online and to find out what's the right documentation that you need for your specific family and your specific needs. Each will or trust is created to be state specific and custom tailored to your specific needs. Now you might be thinking, okay, I'm in my 20s or even my 30s. I don't need a trust. I don't need a will. But again, you'd rather have the peace of mind of okay, I'm covered and my family's covered if, God forbid, something happens to me, rather than have to say, my family's going to have to deal with it, right? Let's face it, life happens and it's not always the most fun thing to think about, but it's life. And there's companies like Trust and Will that have solutions set up specifically so that you can make sure your assets and your family are protected in the worst case scenario. So gain peace of mind today with Trust and Will. Get 10% off plus free shipping on your estate plan documents by visiting trustandwill.com/myhouse. That's 10% off and free shipping at trustandwill.com/myhouse. And we'd also like to thank Relief Band for sponsoring this episode. And as you know, Milana and I love and use Relief Band. It's something that's really helped with nausea, with car sickness, with motion sickness. Relief Band is literally a band that you wear on your wrist, and it helps to treat your nausea symptoms and even prevent them from happening in the first place. So if you know you're maybe going out on a boat or driving with the friend or the family member that just, is a little too much of a lead foot, they got a little too much need for speed, and you're like, all right, I'm in the back, I could feel every motion of the car and of the road, I'm going to put my Relief Band on and make sure I don't lose my lunch on this trip. But the best part about Relief Band, in my opinion, is that it's completely safe. It's drug-free. It works with your body. It has 0 side effects. So it's not like you have to take medication if maybe that might make things worse, or get any sort of, expensive treatments. It's a very simple solution that works and it does its job very well. So if you've always had a flashlight on hand for a blackout or a first aid kit on hand for emergencies, then you need a Relief Band for those unexpected nausea moments. Right now, we've got an exclusive offer just for As For Me and My House listeners. If you go to reliefband.com and use promo code MYHOUSE, you'll receive 20% off plus free shipping. So head to reliefband.com and use our promo code MYHOUSE for 20% off plus free shipping. Now back to the show. One last question for you guys.
Okay.
What are some family rhythms you've maybe started or would like to start in the near future that you've been like, this has been a game changer, this is fun, this is enjoyable?
I'd like to add to it, or ones that you want to stop.
Oh, that's great too. Okay, let's go with something that what is a rhythm that we've been doing that's
working? It doesn't have to be profound. Like,
just practical.
Like we're going out on a date night as often as possible.
Yeah.
Preferably weekly.
Sundays.
Yeah.
Or it could be something like that. Like nothing crazy. Just we have one evening to ourselves. And or like laundry. We have a system for laundry now. Like I fold, she whatever puts away.
Some marriage ones,
Not fold, but
I fold.
I fold.
I fold more than at the poker table. Okay, there's other ways. That's a top tier dad joke right there.
so cute.
Family rhythms. Well, I would say this, like just something like simple that came to mind is just like praying with Rye every night before she goes to bed.
Yes, this can we be transparent? It wasn't like a thing we were showing her how to do at nighttime or whatever because we thought she was just so young. Like I'm the one usually who puts her to bed at nighttime, and I just pray over her right before I put her in. But as of recent,
like we need to be praying with her and like out loud. And because you think like, oh, they're babies, like they don't, but they're really so smart before you even realize. So I think just something just like simple like that, or just praying more with her and just like teaching her. It's
been so sweet. I will say this the other night too, just hash this out on the podcast. We always have worship music on just like in the house or whatever. And I think your phone, the Bluetooth turned off on the Amazon thing and it came to your phone and the worship music was just in her room or whatever right before bedtime or whatever. And it brought me back to when I was growing up. My parents always used to just have worship music on while we were asleep, actually. It was just on low or whatever. That's great. I think a rhythm that I want us to start doing is right before we pray, just having the worship music on in her room and just having just like that peaceful moment.
Dance parties with the kids?
We do.
Word?
Yes.
I love it.
So, okay.
I'm a little bit indifferent because I'm like, okay, you're riling them up.
That's what I was going to say.
Like,
okay.
They're
Because Jordan
hype
used
in
to
the
do that.
spirit right
Have
now.
you seen those like those funny like reels where it's like the mom getting everyone calm and then the dad's out there like an MMA fight with the kids?
Yes.
So that was like
That's
Jordan
you,
for the longest
opposite.
time. So there's actually research that shows that that's actually good for them because it helps their sensory and like whatever. It's like supposed to be good. So we started doing like worship and it's so fun because the kids love it. They'll like run around in a circle.
Love it.
And the kids will like be like this.
And then we'll
like
ask them
it's
Bible
just the
questions.
cutest little
and
thing.
like as Rye gets more like she's
I
chatting a
can't
lot more.
wait.
Yeah.
I mean, she
it's
already
amazing.
is, but it's
Right.
now you can start asking her questions and like, a simple Bible story or some
Right.
Yeah.
time story, and then
Yeah.
you ask her the next day, like, "Hey, Ryan, remember when we learned about Noah and the ark?"
Great.
And then you ask her a question like, "Tell me an animal that Noah brought on."
Yeah.
Like, it
Right.
could just be any
Something
animal,
simple,
right?
yeah.
I literally
And then
can't
connecting
wait for
her
that.
With that,
Yeah.
yeah, I love that to play worship music.
I literally can't
That
wait.
is such a good idea.
Starly girl's getting a
Where's
little
Mama?
angry. It's okay, sweet girl.
She wants Mama.
I will say that another thing that we want to, and we actually will be when is this podcast coming out? Probably in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
3-4 weeks.
you got people will know where we're moving by then. So we're moving back to where she was from, where she's from, or whatever, and. My family's there and her family's there, and that was kind of one of the reasons why we were going to move, just to have a little bit more help.
Yep.
And one of those things that we talked about literally a few weeks ago was date nights and being way more intentional about having date nights. Like we would every now and then.
Well, I was gonna say it's actually crazy. Like we haven't been able to have date nights.
Well, y'all are
Truthfully.
in the thick. I feel like we
Yes.
didn't start implementing date night until they were at least. Ari was what, a year?
Wow. Okay. So yeah.
That makes me feel better then.
Yeah, especially with 2 under 2.
Okay.
Maybe even closer
Like-
to 2.
Yeah, it would. I feel like it because they get attached. Like
I mean,
tough.
consistently. Like we would go
Yes.
out like maybe once a month, randomly
Right,
here and there, like when we
yeah,
could. But
yeah, or like we'd be at my parents' house and like the kids would be playing and it'd be like, we should dip out real quick. Like
Right,
let's go on a
yeah,
little
yeah,
date
yeah,
real quick.
yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely give yourself way more grace because
Okay,
it
yeah.
is a lot harder with them just being young, so young and
Right.
so close in age.
Yeah.
having y'all's
But-
family around is going to
Yeah.
be a
Yeah,
game changer.
I know.
To grow
Allow
the
that,
relationship
you
with
know?
your parents and stuff.
That's
Yeah.
like
It's 2 for 1.
between that and like we said, the having the intentional date nights, and we said like there's gonna be certain days along the week that are like strictly just for like us time, not even just date night time, just like strictly just like work related, just get out the house related, like
Yeah.
just things just for us to connect and keep our marriage first, which is
Yes.
what it should be from the jump. But like you said, we are in the thick of it, so it's been super tough. But with us moving back home, one of our days are going to be an intentional doing something. And I remember you mentioned like it doesn't mean have to like it doesn't mean getting out the house. Like it could mean just what, like just
Oh, you mean like as far as date night?
date night. Yeah.
But no, I was saying like it doesn't have to be like something where you're spending like a bunch of money or like
Yeah.
even any money at all. Like just intentional time
Yep.
with each other
Yeah,
without
uninterrupted time.
Some of our,
Uninterrupted,
some of
yeah.
our like most memorable date nights have just been we set the table with like a tablecloth and put candles up
Yeah.
at our house like after the kids are down, or if they're like our parents take them or something for the evening, then we're at home and we're just like, hey, let's like have a slow like chill night and not have
Right.
to worry about like going out and
Yeah, that's the best.
transportation logistics. Not that
Yeah.
I'm complaining. It's just sometimes the slow like at home date nights are best.
Well, sometimes it depends too, because I felt like in the beginning when the kids were so young, I was like, I have not left the house
yeah.
in 5 days.
You're like, I need to leave.
And I'm like, I'd love nothing more than to just get out of the house, or I'd love nothing more than to not burp and feed and like do.
Do what you're doing right now.
Exactly. Exhibit A.
So that.
Oh, Exhibit A over here. I'm literally talking, guys, and you can't hear a word.
No one can
Keep
hear
going.
But yeah, I feel like we would just always feel out and see what we were needing and not needing.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, but spill the tea. What's a habit you're trying to break, a rhythm that you have that you don't
The whole kettle.
particularly like?
I want the whole
Yeah.
kettle on the ground.
What is it?
Spill the tea.
I feel like it's honestly if we do get into some sort of disagreement, it's the doing it right in front of Raella. And it's not like, for starters, it's not like what it used to be when we first started.
Yeah, like we would like yell at each
Literally
other. Like,
yell and
yeah.
all those things. But right now it's like, even like the other day we got into a disagreement or whatever, and it was kind of heated. What do you want to say? Were you awake for it too? Yeah, it was kind of like a little heated or whatever, and we just did not see eye to eye or whatever. And Rye was around. I think she was like sitting on my lap or something like that. And you expressed that, babe, no, we're not doing this right here. It's not the time to be doing this right here. And this has happened a few times, if we can be transparent, like since mainly since like Starly's been born or whatever, and that's something that we know. We address it right afterwards, like this cannot be a thing, but it still happens from time to time.
You know what's been helpful for us, and I want to hear Saf's thoughts too, but like when we do, because we'll still get in like big arguments or disagreements in front of our kids, we're like we're very conscious and like make an effort to make up in front of them.
I was
as well.
literally just gonna say that.
Yeah, I was gonna break out
Sorry, I
and make sure
stole
you
your
make up.
thunder. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No. I was just gonna say because I think it's important for like yes, not to do it in front of her, but also like I think if she is going to see, which it's normal and like a healthy marriage, like there will be like moments where we won't see eye to eye, and she needs to know that it's not all just like sunshine and rainbows. So, but like now she is still so young, but yeah. So I think if we do argue in front of her, like let her see, and then let her see us come back together.
Yeah,
That's so good.
so much only sees one side or the other. Like if
Yes.
your parents are just arguing behind closed doors and never ever like your kids never see any conflict conflict resolution happen, and then like one day it's hey, mom and dad are getting a divorce or whatever. You're like God forbid that
Right.
Yeah,
they
they
find
know how
out
it
and
feels.
think why is this happening? Like, and then
get
you know
it,
what I
yeah.
mean. So
Yeah.
it's hard as a parent because you're like I want to shelter like shield my kids, but also don't want to be disingenuous. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had like a humble moment a couple weeks ago too, where I remember I just like needed a minute, so I like went upstairs for a second, and I had one of the kids follow me, and they were like, "You need to go apologize to the other."
No.
And I was like, "I
It was
will
my fault.
apologize."
That was the best part.
Yeah, he was that.
I was in
It
the
wasn't
wrong.
even me. And I
It was
but
sweet music
It was
to
just
my
like my
ears.
reaction. Like I could have used a little
Because
bit more
Milena's
self
not going to say
control.
no to the kids.
Well,
No.
at that moment, I
She's like,
really had to swallow my
"Yeah,
pride
you're
because
right."
I was like, I do not want to resolve this right now.
Right.
And I was like, we're supposed to be slow to anger.
Great,
Slow
yeah,
to anger.
yeah.
You
And
know?
then what are they observing in your
Right.
response?
And so like I feel like I don't know, sometimes kids like does Ryan not forget things so quickly? Like you'll do
Yeah.
something and then you'll apologize and they like completely move on. And you're
Right.
like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
how did you do that?
Yeah, like, yeah.
kids like forgive so quickly and don't hold grudges. And I'm like, I want to be childlike in that
Great.
sense. Like I want to forgive quickly and easily and just like move on. And I feel like that gave me an opportunity to do that because I was like, I am not going downstairs.
and how
they,
did
like,
you feel
literally
after you
grabbed me by
apologized
the
for
hand.
me? And how did it feel after you apologized to me for something
Like
I
it was
did to
funny
you?
because then Jordan and I started laughing and then like we forgot why we were fighting.
Right.
You know, like it was just I don't know. I feel like for me it was like a learning moment. I've learned so much from my kids.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like it's
Unreal.
very humbling.
Definitely. Kids will
Oh,
humble you
it's
for
Yeah,
sure.
and they need to see both sides of it. They,
Yeah.
like there's a necessary side of like here's what it looks like to have conflict within a healthy marriage, but
Yeah.
still
But
conflict.
Also, resolve.
But then also, bring it full circle. And
Do you guys have to, I guess like Alethea, because she's the oldest or whatever, does she just peep it and like just pick up on, like, say you guys have an argument, you resolve it, even the good stuff, the bad stuff. Do you guys have to sit her down and kind of explain this what happened, or is it kind of more just like a teachable moment because it just happened and she was there or present, like at her age?
I've noticed
Yeah.
us having to like explain like, hey, like she'll want to like go in and like correct the problem right then and there in the moment, like in the heat of
Or-
the moment. We're like,
yeah.
it's okay, Alethea. Like, Mama's just a little frustrated.
Okay.
Or that is feeling hurt, whatever. That might. And so we're trying to convey the emotion
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
her, and then like so she understands what's going on.
Yeah.
But also then she'll say, well, no, like you need to apologize. Or like,
Or no, you did not use self control. Like
Yes.
Yeah.
they will
More
just
proof
straight
of
up.
And we're like,
treat
wait
you
a second, we're
like
trying to
this,
teach
call
her
you
something that
out.
we're being hypocritical by trying to teach her to be in
But
self-control.
then I get really excited because I feel like I've done a good job of explaining to her like what
Oh, yeah.
the Bible says about specific things.
Great.
And she'll just throw it at me.
She'll be
and
like, that is not from God. That is from the devil.
So, like straight up, she said
I
that
love
to me.
her.
before,
That's
and I'm like,
wild.
You're like, okay.
You're right.
You're like, yeah.
You're right. She's
You're
like,
not
you're
wrong.
being like the devil.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
You're
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's 6 a.m.
That's wild. Yeah. Yeah, I was curious about that because I just want to, when Rye gets to that age, she's
Yeah.
not there now. She's at the age where, like we said, where she's peeping. So like we can tell she's like starting to watch or whatever. But when they get older, having those conversations and
Yeah.
stuff, that's what I'm like I'm looking forward to, but I'm also nervous at the same time.
But you're like slow. This is why I feel like God's grace is so good because
Yeah.
it's so many little stages, and I feel like each stage
He
prepares
graces
you
for us.
the
Yeah,
next
that's
one.
good.
So like the fact that you're even thinking about that or aware of that, I feel like by the time it gets here, you've already prepared for it. You know,
Yeah.
like every little stage, I feel like it's just so purposely and so intentional and like. I don't know. I'm always like so thankful for that. But
Yeah.
where can our audience find you guys?
Where can they find us, sweetheart?
You tell them.
I just started calling her sweetheart, like more frequently, and honey.
Yeah, no, I call you honey.
Oh,
I know,
we
but I
love
just
honey.
respond to honey.
I was
We're honey
watching.
folks.
Yeah,
You guys are honey folks?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy?
I'm a babe guy.
Well, I always thought that honey was like I would never call you honey. Like that's
Yeah.
so like old.
Ugh.
But I love it.
Yeah.
I think
It's
honey
classy.
is
Our
yes,
kids
I
call
love
each
honey.
other honey.
Yeah.
You can call us honey.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
I was gonna say Rye's definitely gonna because I call you babe a lot too. Like Rye has I think said
Babe,
babe.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
Ari's little munchkin voice. Hi, honey.
Oh, so sweet.
That's wild. Okay, but where
All
can they?
For Us podcast.
Yes, honey.
Yes, honey.
Where can they find us?
Yes. No, I wanted you to answer honey.
Why, honey?
Because
Okay, honey.
Okay,
Yes, the For Us podcast. That is our podcast where they actually was just on, and it was amazing. And then from time to time, we post on TikTok. It's just our names, Josh and Sav, and then our YouTube channel as well, Josh and Sav. And this is the breadwinner of the family. I like to call this the breadwinner of the family.
This.
It's this. It's a running joke.
honey.
It's the running joke
It's
that we
honey pie.
have. But
Can relate.
my wife on Instagram, though, Savannah Jean Alexander.
They're
That's where she
crazy.
is.
You guys are they're very funny.
You guys are the best, though.
Yeah.
And TikTok.
You guys are awesome parents, great friends.
Yeah.
Love the
We're
Lord.
gonna miss you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to visit you guys. You guys come back. this way.
Yes.
I know you still have family out this way. So.
Yeah, we do. Like
be back.
literally all of my family's still here except
we
for
actually
mine.
already have a trip planned back. So
Yeah, we
Oh,
do. We're coming back in
perfect.
November, so
Yeah.
we'll see you guys.
Fabulous.
So
Yes. Yeah.
Great.
Oh,
Make it
that'll be
happen.
fun. The kids will love that. Thank you
Yeah.
guys for coming on our podcast.
Thank you for having us.
So fun. Thanks for letting us use your space.
For sure.
Your couch. Your equipment.
Right?
Broke it.
It's literally gone.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Take care.
Bye.